So is
It
it
in
something
December.
they do every year or something?
Yeah, they travel from a lot of the major metro spots in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
So there's one in Chicago.
I never heard of them.
Yeah, it's
Beer and booze.
yeah.
Well, Alan Scally was talking about it. He told us about it. And there's been a couple of artists that we've interviewed that have talked about it.
No, I forget.
Yeah, it's okay. You're old.
There's certain things that stick in my head, you know, and there's certain things that I just glide right over.
That's okay. We'll have this
So,
conversation again.
Probably beer and booze. I'll remember it now because you embarrassed me.
Publicly.
Yeah.
Publicly.
So we won't have this conversation again. But yeah, the fourth effing Friday. I don't know if you've heard of that, but on the 23rd, which is tomorrow. No, Friday.
Friday. So we got
um,
2 days.
We're gonna have a gallery / party at our house.
Very
We've
cool.
invited everybody from before January 1st to do this Friday.
Okay.
So the artists come and they bring some of their art, and we'll have all of our walls open for people to hang their stuff up and have a display, right?
Very cool.
And then have like food and booze. We got wine, and we're gonna have some music. And we've
Very
invited
nice.
a bunch of people, so you're welcome to come on Friday just to visit. But on February is the one for you because you're in the month of January, right?
Yeah.
So the next one is going to be in February,
Very cool.
and then you can bring some art with you and all of that. And
Sounds like fun.
we have a raffle that we're going to do to raise some money to sort of support what we're doing here and
Very
support
cool.
the gallery thing. So it's like for $5 or more, a person can get a raffle ticket, and then they can win some free art. And we've asked the artists that we've interviewed if they have a small piece or something that they want to donate
Cool.
to the raffle. You don't have to. We've
No
had
obligation.
A few people say no, it's not a big deal.
Right.
There's plenty of art already, so
Yeah, we've
we're
got
all good.
we've got 19 pieces that we're giving away this Friday.
So we got to have at least 19 people. Right.
I really
At least
well,
19 people willing to buy
a
raffle
$5
tickets, right?
fucking raffle ticket.
So yeah, that's something we pitch every time, but
Very cool.
it'll be a lot of fun, I think. Bring your wife and
Yeah.
friends and stuff.
For sure.
Very good.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we
What do
close it
you
up?
plan on doing in the future?
Yeah.
Like, what are your plans?
Really, right now I've just been trying to plug away into local shows. It's always fun to find places to display work. I'm working on a couple commissions right now. But still,
What kind of commissions are you doing?
just some large scale canvas paintings.
Neat.
Really any style, like any size of interest, but canvas paintings. So a lot of acrylic and pastel and charcoals and inks is a lot of the medium.
Are you doing something that they want you to do, or they are asking you to do whatever you want and they're willing to pay for it? How does that work with commissions for you?
I'm really big on kind of art for the people. I don't really, I have a sliding scale. I really am always grateful if somebody enjoys my artwork enough that they would love to put it in their home. I mean, that's such a big deal to me.
Right.
That I don't like to have a gatekeeper attitude and separate people by means of just simple things like
I see what
cost
you're
of
saying.
commissions.
Right,
It's
right.
much more important than that. So, so I guess that depends. That's
So do they tell you what they want and then you do it, or do they kind of give you the option?
it's more of a relationship style. It's more of a dialogue. You know what I mean? I really
Yeah.
like to get to know.
It's a collaboration.
Yeah, well, I get maybe not so much of a collaboration, but I really love to know who I'm doing the work for. If it's not a fulfilling endeavor, I know I can't put all of myself into it. And if I think you're an asshole, I'm not going to paint anything for you. You know what I mean? So I like to find out who I'm working for, and I like to work with them. And like I said, that's also why the cost of commissions. I like to make sure barriers are kind of scaled down between.
As much as possible.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right,
you know,
because we're not trying to keep our art from the general public. In
Right.
fact, that is the exact opposite of what we want.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get it
right.
out there.
And in the same sense, my wonderful wife and I have our first child coming in May, so
Wow.
diapers don't grow on trees. So you can't give it away, but
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
We're very
amazing.
blessed.
Well, you're
Very
working as a
happy.
counselor right now, right?
Yeah. So until
So you got a gig.
yeah, got a gig. Thank goodness for that too.
Yeah,
Very
no
thankful
kidding.
for that. But
And that's counseling is. You went to school for that?
yeah, my bachelor's and master's degrees are in behavioral science.
You have a master's in behavioral science?
Yeah, it's a lot of textbook stuff that really didn't apply until I was in the environments that I was working in. So,
Right.
definitely school bills. So, but
But I mean, working with people and their emotions and their hang-ups, I mean, that's got to be like. Well, first of all, you have to know yourself pretty well. Be
Yes.
willing to dig deep inside yourself, right? In order to be able to help others.
I think one of the biggest takeaways that I've gotten from that is the humanity of people and how important it is to restore each other's humanity and to preserve the dignity and well-being of others, because I really feel like we all find ourselves in spots where we need reached out to at some points, and
Well, there's this woman I saw on a TED Talk named Brene Brown, and she talks about vulnerability
yeah,
and how the more we're able to expose who we are to more people, the more. What she says is that we all want to help each other, right? I want to help. I want to help you. And you want to help me. But what happens inside of us is we have this pride that says, well, I'm not going to ask for help, because it's a vulnerable place to be, right? It's a scary place to go. It's like you're telling people that you don't have it all together, and it's like this sort of what do you call it? This thing that works against itself, right? Because you want to connect with another human being, but there's like this huge block that says, I'm afraid,
I think part of the humbling process of going through an occupation like counseling is it's very much a mirror back into your own self, working with the clientele you do, and it's a good reminder of how you don't really have it together either. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't have, so it definitely the playing field of humanity. You know what I mean? It really levels.
Well, as an artist, all the work that I've done, I went to seminary like you, and I started, when I was about 25, I found this book by Krishnamurti, and I think I've talked about this before, but it's always been this like philosophical pursuit, and my art is this effort to express, I don't know, in a way I learned so much about myself from doing my art,
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
like, I don't even know how the things come together, but, the first thing that I had to do was learn how to accept what I did. I'm really hard on myself. I'm still really hard on myself, I beat the crap out of myself for everything, and as an artist, I wouldn't even be able to express anything at all if I kept that self-destruction, and so I really had to let go of that sort of perfection that I was always trying to pursue, and just sort of see what comes out.
I think my philosophy kind of outweighs my skill set a little bit, but I attach a very heavy relationship to participating in art. I think, in some critics' eyes, I guess a lot, some of my work might come across as like mediocre, so I'm not speaking to my own skill set, but in large, any progression or any joy that I've gotten out of the art career field has largely, not of my own doing by any means. I really feel like to be a part of the creative act is a really privileged thing. I definitely consider myself a privileged person to be used as a tool in that. But I think a lot of my philosophical, spiritual beliefs, it's such a relationship, it's such an identity issue, that, but even from, when you talk about, like, the mental and physical faculties that are required to even produce a physical body with your own hands, a physical work with your own hands.
Yeah.
The lightning in a bottle creative spark that starts something that turns into a mural. To the neurological faculties that just make it all possible to have an eye-hand coordination. To be a tool in at least the mimicry of the creative act is definitely a privilege that I think that I've gained a lot of fulfillment and joy from in my life.
That's really what it feels like, though, isn't it? It's like, it's almost as if you're not. I mean, for I don't know. It's the same for me. It's like it's almost like I'm not quite doing it. Like something. I'm the tool. I'm the conduit for whatever it is that's coming out to come out, and it's.
Well, and I think that initially, I know there's like a multitude of beliefs that people do subscribe to, but I look at the very simple concept that everything from the body to the brain to the creative coloring of the piece, whatever you choose, whatever creative act you choose, it's all done by a skill set, by requirements that we weren't responsible for producing the ability on our own to do.
Yeah.
So it's you can only take so much limited credit. You know what I mean for the act, because
it's like your body does it a certain way. Everybody's body works a certain way, and it's like. And it's very specific and it's very unique. And I think it's a postmodern idea that we're talking about, that each one of us is individual. And each one of us has an infinite amount of things to say in our own way, and it's just a matter of allowing it to happen, and saying,
absolutely.
okay, that's good, that's all right, I like that, Anyway, that was great.
I have a lot of respect for the field that you're in. Like
Counseling, yeah.
I think that counseling and the medical field, you have to have respect for them, but not everybody can do it. And I've been
in therapy for like 3.5 years. I got a great therapist.
Props to you. It takes a strong heart and a strong will.
And it takes a very compassionate, empathetic, open human being.
we're all on the same ship, right? We're all steering the same ship.
It's a ship of fools.
Yeah, right?
All right, so where are we at? Any last thoughts?
I think you're a cool guy. I look forward.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Absolutely, I appreciate the opportunity to come out and just talk and kind of get my voice out. That's really
awesome.
Thanks, man.
Very grateful.
We appreciate you meeting here and
absolutely.
Yeah, showing us your work.
Cool spot.
Splendorporium.
Yeah, cool
what's
spot.
the address here? We're on 21st. 21st, right off of Powell. It's about a block and a half off of Powell on 21st. Splendorporium.
Check it out. And the Pink Show is on the 6th here, so
February 6th.
February 6th. Stop by, see the Pink Show.